Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Battlezone 98 Redux. This is mission number 7 of the NSDF campaign, entitled A Nasty Surprise. There's no briefing for this mission, but we have 3 objectives. 1, establish a base, pretty standard. 2, penetrate the CCA defenses, and 3, capture the starport relic, which has eluded us thus far. Let's go ahead and get started.
With the radar array destroyed, we landed a massive force on Venus and quickly moved to gain control of the relic. We were cocky, thinking that we'd march right through the Soviet lines. We were in for a major surprise.
Commander, we have successfully landed 4 platoons on Venus in preparation for attacking the CCA's main base at Nav Beacon 2. You'll command our troops on the northern flank. Commander Eldridge will lead the Colorado, attacking from the west at Nav Beacon 3. His APCs will lead the attack on the Soviets' gun tower. Building complete.
Alright, so we've gone ahead and gotten started. So, I will say with this mission, this is definitely one of the better missions of the game. While not really my favorite necessarily, it is very iconic, and there is actually a mod that was created kind of revamping this mission that is available on the Steam Workshop. I'll link that in the description below for those of you who are interested in checking it out and playing it for yourself. So we'll go ahead and get started building a base, and it looks like the CCA have already started their movement to our position, so go ahead and start engaging these fighters. Do a quick little battle with them there. Nothing we can't handle.
Ready to build.
And I'll go ahead and produce a comm tower next. So this allows me to go into more of a traditional real-time strategy style overhead view.
Started.
This hasn't been seen in this series so far, really because there's only been 2 chances to do it, and only 1 chance to really use it. So, the first chance was in the very first mission, in which you just kind of see what it is, but you can't really do anything as far as commanding units and everything. The second was in the mission Escape from Mars, which,
Yes, sir.
while you can use it, in that case I was able to complete the mission
Unit factory here.
basically just through using what I had on the ground and being able to avoid the CCA patrols to identify where the flight log database actually headed to, which of course was Venus, and brings us to our current situation that we are in now.
Building complete.
Go ahead and get some extra gear here, and go ahead and show you the satellite view.
Building complete. Ready to build.
So from here, there's no
Yes, sir.
it's not going to wow you with the graphics or anything of that
Building.
nature, but it is useful, especially for constructing buildings, to be able to quickly move them into position as necessary.
Recycler here. Construction
And
started.
I'll continue by building an armory. Right now I just want to seal these 3 entrances off so
Building complete.
we're able to build
Ready
in
to build.
relative peace,
Building
collect
complete. Ready
resources,
to move.
build our initial
Yes,
strike
sir.
force, things of that
Building.
nature. So it looks like enemy fighters are coming in. Our constructor's actually pretty close. Kind of worried about this a little bit, but yeah, he should be. Well, yeah, that didn't
Recycler here. Construction
really happen
started.
as far as him surviving, but that's alright,
Where's the power?
because we
Guys,
can always build
this is
another one.
Eldridge from the Colorado. We are encountering moderate fighter resistance. Looks like they don't want to fight. Are you guys sure they know we're here? Yes, sir.
And that was good old Commander Eldridge, who has our back. Over with the Colorado being established, basically at Nav Beacon 3. You can go here, check him out.
Ready to build.
Yep, there he is. So, we'll go ahead and get our constructor moving
Armory
in.
here.
In
Building
hindsight, I should have
Prepared,
moved closer to his position to protect him, but it's a minor setback, and I don't think that one mistake is going to cost us the entire mission. Now, of course, I could be horribly wrong, as I have been before, but I think we'll be alright. So this is the second entrance that we will need to seal, and the third one seems to be where a lot of our scavengers are actually gathering scrap. So I might consider, in fact I will place a scrap silo more in the middle so they're not having to move back to our recycler. Or actually,
Recycler here. Moving
as
out.
opposed to doing that, I can just move my recycler forward, which is
Building complete.
probably a better
Roll.
idea in the long
Moving
run
out.
anyway.
Getting justice. We're under ready to build.
Uh-oh.
Send all unit.
What is that?
Colorado, restate. Last message unclear.
They're getting hit pretty hard.
We're under attack by forces of unknown origin. Ship of unknown configuration.
Oh, wow. Shoot.
Deploying.
Oh, dang.
Grizzly 1, we've lost contact with the Colorado. Continue with current orders and stand by for Sky Eye recon.
Okay, so, yeah, we lost Commander Eldridge, so we're gonna have to go about this alone, on our own. So, go ahead and deal with this tank here, and we'll continue replacing our defenses. I definitely don't want to be caught as unprepared as Commander Eldridge was there, which, you know, very unfortunate since we lost him.
Grizzly 1, Colorado has been destroyed. You are on your own. Amass your forces and take out that...
Got another light tank. Or a light tank, I should say. Not necessarily another. Okay, let's go ahead and see if I can place this somewhere. Alright, yep, put our lightning power there. So, a nifty little feature here that I've actually just noticed is that traditionally in the old version of Battlezone, whenever you build a new constructor, if yours got destroyed, it would just basically produce the default solar power. So it seems that in this version, the Redux, it is tailored to the actual environment that you're fighting in. Alright, got some tanks coming in.
Ready to build.
I'd really like to get a gun turret up to help me out here. Try to hit this tank as hard as we can. Oh, I think we're gonna lose this constructor. Yep, we sure did. And I'm getting hit pretty dang hard and running out of ammunition. Not going too well for me right now. Ah, hell. Okay, just gotta try to survive against this guy if possible. I think he's gonna get me. Yep, got me there. Man, doing really terrible right now.
Building complete.
Gonna lose that scavenger for sure. See if I can. Damn it. Oh, looks like he's stuck. Wow, okay. Let's see what we can do here. If I can get into position. Good lord.
Sky Eye is picking up an unidentified object to the west. Stand by.
Okay, to the west you say. Well, that's exactly where we are. And so, need to go ahead and start getting up these defenses here with our gun towers.
We've got another unidentified object coming from the west. We're dropping a nav beacon there.
Okay. And yep, that is definitely one of those, looks like a walker sort of thing that attacked earlier. So, interesting. Guess the CCA didn't immediately realize that I was an enemy. Not sure if that was intentional or if he was just focused on another target. I'm inclined to think the latter.
Building supplies. Repair deployed.
Go ahead and get these repairs going into position since I'm in
Construction in progress.
this fighter, and hurry up and get those defenses up before this thing comes in.
Building complete.
Base under
Oh wow.
attack.
Got quite a fight going on here. Let's See if there's a place for another one of these structures. We'll put it there.
Building. Armory here. Building supplies. Repair deployed. Armory here. Building supplies. Repair deployed. What the damn hell is that?
Okay, so that one coming from the east, we should be able to defend against
Building supplies.
without too much issue.
Repair deployed.
Go ahead and start
Armory
throwing
here.
in a
Building
lot of
supplies.
these
Repair deployed.
repair
Following.
units here.
Construction rig here. On my way.
Make sure that gun tower stays intact.
Unit
And at this
factory
point, I'm going to go ahead and build a
Building
tank
underway.
and switch out of this unit and go ahead and recycle it. And I'm going to build another scavenger as well,
Getting
since
scrap. Getting repair.
obviously we
Repair
lost
deployed.
one of those two.
Unit complete.
And I'll build
Getting
another
scrap.
scavenger
Getting repair.
to just
Repair
speed up our
deployed.
scrap collection.
Building complete. Recycler here. Construction started.
So, go ahead, hop in the
Building
tank here.
complete. Stay put.
Alright, perfect. This is much more familiar than being in that Soviet fighter. And get the constructor here and finalize our defenses.
At your disposal. At your disposal.
Ah, interesting. I guess when you occupy a Russian vehicle, you automatically develop an equally Russian
In
accent.
transit.
That is fun. So, with where we are in our current position,
Armory here. Building supplies.
we should be set up pretty good to defend against any more of these walkers. Speaking of walkers, there is one moving in right now. Try to harass him with a mortar if possible. And, yep, he's attacking. I don't want to go toe-to-toe with this guy. He's got a lot of firepower.
Warning. Damage critical.
Ow, he is tearing me apart. Yeah, so these units are extremely dangerous, as you can definitely see by that small exchange there.
Building supplies.
They have naturally extremely long range, and the only real weakness they have is they are incredibly slow and not very maneuverable. But looks like another one's coming in. Fortunately, I think that our two gun turrets should prove more than a match for that walker. Gonna fire another
Building supplies. Repair
bit of
deployed.
repair at that one gun tower there. And we'll go ahead, get our hull repaired, so we're in a better position.
Satellite
Okay.
activated.
Ready to build.
Move over
Yes,
here.
sir.
I'll build. See
Building.
if I can place in two gun turrets. Yeah,
Getting scrap.
I don't really
Come
want
on.
you out there, scavenger.
Getting scrap.
You guys
I'm on
either.
it. Getting scrap. Dropping scrap. Getting scrap.
Just kind
I'm
of
on
move you
it.
guys back there so you're a little
In
less
transit.
in the open and
Building
don't get
complete.
destroyed by that walker if possible.
Base under attack.
Yes, sir. Building. Armory here. Building supplies.
Go ahead,
Repair
fire
deployed.
more
Armory here.
repairs here.
Building supplies. Repair deployed.
Okay,
Armory here.
and
Building
that is
supplies.
another walker
Building
destroyed. So at this point, our defenses are good. Doesn't look like any of those walkers are going to be able to move in and break through our lines. So I'll just start building some silos, continuing to build up enough scrap to finally take on our attack to the enemy.
In transit. On my way. Dropping scrap.
And this may take a little bit of time, but that's alright, since there's no time limit to this mission,
Ready to
and
build. Yes, sir.
we can basically build up as we see fit. Gather enough scrap, gather enough resources, enough manpower, enough vehicles, everything of that nature. Okay, and scrap silo is up.
Building complete.
Probably build another one over here in the west as well, just so they have even
On my way.
less distance to travel
Yes,
in
sir.
order to actually be able to drop off scrap. Go ahead and build it there.
Armory here.
and I want to start building SP stabbers. So these are the upgraded version of AT stabbers. They have a longer range, they do more damage, and are just basically all around better. Looks like those tanks are attempting to climb over the terrain there, but they've been drawn into combat with our gun tower, so
Base under
Armory
attack.
here.
no
Building supplies.
issue there.
Repair
Made
deployed.
pretty short work of that guy. And of course, destroyed enemies become more scrap for my war machine, which is
Satellite
absolutely
activated.
great. Huh, that is interesting. Looks like we've got some sort of, not sure what that is, some sort of relic down there? Yeah, looks like a relic. We'll have to go check that out.
Satellite activated.
Got, looks like an APC moving in. That is certainly slightly more dangerous since they
Armory here.
drop off troops,
Building
and
supplies.
each of those troops are, of course,
Weapon deployed.
individual
Satellite
targets.
activated.
Get another SP stabber here. That way we can dual wield, and I don't know if dual wield is the correct term, but I'll use it. And with that, that beefs up our firepower even more than it is
Satellite
already.
activated.
Okay, got... Oh, looks like a Soviet rocket tank. Moving in. Getting a few good hits on that scavenger
Ready to
there.
build. Yes, sir.
But, yeah, no major issues there.
Scavenger here.
Go ahead and have him pick up that repair there.
Ready
And
to build.
I'm going to see if I can have my constructor fill that gap in
Yes,
the line. If there is a good position to put this gun tower in. And
Building.
looks like that's about the best I am going to get, so I will take that.
Unit factory here.
At this point, start building up my forces for an attack on the Soviet base. So start with building up some tanks, maybe a bomber or two, mix it up a bit, and also going to build some howitzers so I can attack them from a distance and
Unit factory here.
really start destroying their defenses while minimizing the risk to my soldiers.
Unit complete.
Okay, I'm going to redeploy the factory.
Moving out. I need
Put it at the geyser right here, just so it's closer. And
Moving out.
I'm going to do the same thing for the armory, just so there's less of a distance that
Where's the power?
any repairs or ammunition needs to travel when it is launched. Plus, that gives us time to accumulate scrap, which is, of course, necessary for any war machine in the Battlefield universe.
Satellite
Looks like there are more
Getting scrap.
enemy vehicles incoming. Let me go ahead and move our scavengers back. Do the same with our constructor. Don't really like him being in the open there. And
In transit. Scavenger here.
that made pretty short work of those guys.
Ready to build. Getting scrap.
Have our scavengers continue collecting. I think they'll be able to pick up enough and head back if they stop playing bumper car for a moment, of course. Okay, there's enemy light tank, and yeah, that was very quick work. Didn't really even manage to get any actual rockets off. Just managed to paint it for it.
In transit.
Okay, our factory should be
Base
deploying
under
now.
attack.
Yep.
Unit factory online. Armory here.
And unfortunately, we've got some soldiers
Unit
deployed there.
Lost.
So, as you can tell, those soldiers are actually pretty dangerous since,
Unit lost.
yeah, they were able to destroy both of the gun towers there. So, definitely a pretty good counter to that, and it seems like they're actually being a lot more aggressive than I remember from the past. Normally they just run back to base, kind of like this guy here. But I guess that has changed in the Redux edition.
Unit factory here. Building underway.
Anyway,
Construction rig here.
fortunately we've got our construction rig and we've got enough scrap for now to be able to rebuild these gun
Unit
towers.
complete. Unit factory
And I think what I'll do as well is build another gun tower
Satellite
in its
activated.
place, so we'll have 3 total gun towers, just to prevent the enemy APCs from getting close enough to deploy again and have a repeat. Especially since I'm about to, or planning on going on the offensive fairly soon.
Here. In transit.
Okay,
Building complete.
build another gun tower in
Yes, sir.
the vicinity of the previous one's position, and we'll probably build one right in the center there as well. That should definitely strengthen the perimeter.
Unit factory here. In transit.
Okay, wait for him to get complete.
Building complete.
And he's done. And build our other gun tower
sir.
here.
Building.
Should be no issue, no harm, no foul. If the scavenger, of course, doesn't play bumper car with my constructor, as they sometimes tend to do.
Scrap. I'm on
Alright, I'll help you out there.
In transit. I'm on it. In transit. Building complete.
Okay, move our constructor back here,
No scrap
next
on
to the
radar.
armory.
On my way. Unit
Start
factory
building
here.
some more tanks.
Building underway. Unit complete. Who's next? Leon.
And it appears our scavengers are having some issues finding scrap, so we'll go ahead and proceed forward and try to find some scrap for these guys here.
Armory here. Building supplies. Repair deployed.
A little bit overkill, but we'll make sure that our gun tower there is at full strength. And looks like some more enemies are moving into the south. Oh wow, okay. This looks like some sort of ruins. Cerberus, interesting.
Grizzly 1, it looks like you've stumbled into a ruined city. Stand by. Intelligence indicates that those are the ruins of Styx. Preliminary biometal readings indicate that those walking machines were probably derived. Well done. Now carry out your orders.
I'll go ahead and replay that since we were rudely interrupted by that fighter there.
Grizzly 1, it looks like you've stumbled into a ruined city. Stand by. Intelligence indicates that those are the ruins of Styx. Preliminary biometal readings indicate that those walking machines were probably derived from those ruins. Well done, Grizzly 1. Now, carry out your orders.
Okay, so found, guess the city of Styx there.
On radar.
Pretty interesting, ties a bit into Greek mythology, as
Under attack.
pointed out basically in the mission where we had to go and defend Lemnos. Alright, looks like we have found the enemy base here. Let's go ahead, switch to satellite imagery, and
Armory here. Building supplies. Repair
repair that
deployed.
gun tower there.
Unit factory
And
here.
what I want to do now, this is going to take a while to get it here, but I want to bring in a howitzer so we're able to attack those lightning power plants and destroy them. With those disabled, the enemy's gun towers there will not be able to draw power, and we will be able to legitimately just drive into their base completely unopposed by any of their defensive structures. From there we can of course begin destroying the recycler, followed by the unit factory, and
Armory here.
bring this mission to a
Building
close.
supplies.
Hopefully
Ammo
with
deployed.
the capture of the flight log database that has eluded us thus far. Okay, so we've waited here for several minutes. Our howitzer has finally arrived, and we will begin using this unit to assault the enemy base. Now, howitzers are
Longbow here.
very good at destroying enemy structures from range, and are a very good counter as well to basically gun towers, since we're able to attack their power source while remaining completely out of range. So we can just sit here, defend the howitzer, and let it do its work. Of course, howitzers have no real means to defend themselves effectively and are incredibly slow, so those are some drawbacks. Additionally, I've built an APC it is currently en route to our position, and once it's here, we'll go ahead and unleash that on the enemy's recycler, so it can those soldiers can get out, get a little bit of payback for how the enemy employed their APC earlier against our gun towers, and we can use them to
Target
destroy
destroyed.
the recycler without having to expend a lot of the ammunition from our tanks.
No scrap on radar. Light 'em up. Incoming.
For that, however, I'm going to continue having our howitzer do the heavy lifting here. Trying to see if there are any more lightning power plants in here. I don't think so, so we'll go ahead, order our APC to move in and attack their recycler there. Enemies are trying to do a counterattack, but it's not really working for them very well. Alright, we've got some fighters moving in to defend. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. And this enemy gun tower. I want to try to destroy this lightning power plant here. Okay, awesome. That one shot was not perfect, but now we have destroyed the enemy's ability to power their gun towers, and our soldiers should do the rest of the work here. So yeah, never underestimate the power of a group of soldiers on foot. I should say infantry here. But yeah, they're able to tear that recycler apart.
You have struck a decisive blow for the NSDF. We are... Stand by. Grizzly 1, a platoon of CCA forces have escaped the assault. We are airlifting you to intercept coordinates. Stand by. On it, sir. Grizzly 1, I will relay the coordinates to you now. Orbit out.
Okay, so that's definitely a bit depressing. We were able to destroy the CCA base and avenge Commander Eldridge and his demise from those Soviet assault walkers. However, it looks like the CCA has escaped with the flight log database. So, what it's saying here is that thanks to our efforts, we've taken a giant step towards controlling Venus and the Starport Relic. All of the CCA's main bases have been neutralized, and the CCA is scrambling to evacuate. Our mythologists have analyzed the ruins near the former Soviet base and deciphered that they were constructed by a scientist named Nexus 5. What exactly he was doing remains a mystery. They believe we are on the brink of discovering a new strain of biometal, one that is better suited to creating weapons of war. They've also discovered a bizarre set of experiments that involved humans from Earth. Capturing this relic and understanding the new strain of biometal could lay the foundation for our battle plan and vault us into the lead of the arms race. You have been called to track down the CCA convoy en route to their launch pad. So, in our next mission, we will find that convoy, destroy it, and finally get our hands on the Starport Relic. But until that time, thanks for watching. Have a good day.